welcome. It's Thursday night. Welcome to the Cantina Happy Hour. Pull up a stool, grab yourself a drink, and let's talk about Star Wars. I am your host, David. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
Well, this is my Friday. I have a 4-day weekend.
Must be nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. Doing the Vincent dance.
Oh.
I will be doing that forever. I'm sorry.
Also with us tonight is Cam from Cam and Focus. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. I hope you don't mind. I'm working on something over here, so I'll be doing that while we talk. I won't be looking at the camera the entire time. But
how rude!
He's arting. He's arting. He's arting.
Actually.
I've seen your pictures. I know you're working. I'm good. It's all good. Also with us is Andrew. Andrew, how are you this evening?
Doing good.
Awesome. Well, tonight we're not talking about Star Wars. Kind of, sort of, but not really. We're talking about one of the great sci-fi movies of all time. Truly just a cinematic masterpiece. Up there with The Godfather. Just untouched, near perfection.
I know this one. It's Krull, right?
Oh,
it's not Krull.
The Emu Wars. It's the Emu Wars.
It's the Emu Wars. Yes. No, it's not that one either. No, tonight, kids, we are talking about Galaxy Quest. And don't forget, since we're talking about Galaxy Quest, we're giving away a free Galaxy Quest print today.
Ooh.
So get your comments in so that you have your chance to join in the drawing. I will announce the winner at the end of the show tonight, and I will be in touch with you, and I can get this print to you. But it's going to be awesome. So that being said, let's talk about Galaxy Quest. Now, Debbie, I know this probably appealed a lot more to you because it was much more like Star Trek than it was like Star Wars, because you're dealing with a show, you're dealing with aging actors who have nothing better to do than to go to conventions and sign autographs and whatnot. But basically the premise of the story, you know what the premise was? And I thought about this, like, really, I watched it and I was like, I love this movie. It's one of my favorites. And as I'm watching it this time, I'm just like, oh my God, it's the Three Amigos. That's what this movie is. That's exactly what this movie is. I mean, it's spot on. It's actors, and they have nothing better to do, and they get a call for help, and they think everything is fake. And then it turns out to be real, and they have to play their parts for real. And you know what?
That kind of sounds like Tropic Thunder too.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, but you know what? You're dealing with the Three Amigos, which was a classic. You've got Galaxy Quest again, great movie. Tropic Thunder. You know what? It's a formula that works if it's done right. It works. So, and then too, you got to look at this one, stellar cast. I mean, again, Tropic Thunder. You had Ben Stiller, you had Robert Downey Jr., you had Jack Black. Tom Cruise, not a stellar, not quite a 100% stellar cast there, but what are you gonna do? But then the Three Amigos: Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short. I knew I'd get it in a minute. Just give me a second. Again, stellar cast, and then this one is no exception either. I mean, you're looking at Sigourney Weaver. You've got Tim Allen. You've got Alan Rickman. You've got Tony Shalhoub. You've got Sam Rockwell. Even the
was it Justin
Long?
Long, yeah.
Yeah, very young Justin Long.
That one guy from Saturday Night Live. What is it? Hader?
Yeah.
He plays one of the aliens.
And
Rainn Wilson was one of the aliens too. Dwight Schrute.
Also, one of the aliens was gosh, I can't think of her name, but she's been in a bunch of stuff. It was the female alien who ended up going home with Tony Shalhoub. She was
Jane Doe.
yeah,
Yeah.
she was Violet's mom in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory just more recently.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yep. She was everywhere for a while, and then she just kind of dropped off the face of the earth.
and then so she's always just kind of this. I don't want to say a background character because she's not a background character, but she's there, and it's one of those ones where if you see her, you're like, oh, hey, there she is, and then you don't care anymore. Hey, I know that person. All right, cool.
She looks familiar.
She was a B-level actor in her prime.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
You know why? Because we're sitting here right now on
Talking
YouTube
about
on a show talking about her.
Mhm.
So to
Yeah.
have that bit of fame to me is just wonderful. It's great. It's good stuff. Anyway, so I mean, again, stellar cast, good story. It hits home with a lot of the Star Wars and Star Trek geeks and nerds, the people that go to conventions and dress up and buy weird things.
I saw David and I's future at the beginning of this movie.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not going to complain about it.
Yeah.
One of us.
I
Michael
remember
J. Fox in Back to the Future, the flux capacitor. Did you?
why was it switching back
Yeah.
and forth rather than running concurrently? Because the time coordinates, it should have been running concurrently rather than look. It's just a movie. But again, that would be me too. That at least a younger me, to where, look, I know it's just a movie, and I'm talking about toward the end. Yes, I know it's just a movie. No, listen to me. It's all real.
I
Knew it.
Well, I love with this mom when she makes him take out the trash, and he's like, "Mom, you have no idea the importance of the situation I'm dealing with."
Don't forget to recycle. And then, and the mom too at the end. Well, they bounce off. They're going to bounce off the atmosphere and crash. So we're going to run down to the convention center and guide them in using Roman candles for guiding. She's
At
like,
least they're going outside.
all right. At least he's outside.
Aren't we gonna laugh like this tonight?
Anyway, so again, great movie. You've got let's look at the characters. We've got Sigourney Weaver's character, who very obviously was the calm lady. She just basically stood there and repeated what the computer said.
I've got I got one job. It's stupid, but I'm gonna do it.
Then you've got Tony Shalhoub playing the Scotty character, the Tech Sergeant Chin. You've got Alan Rickman playing, and his I loved. His was just the Mr. Spock character, but his was funny because here you have this well-disciplined, what they call a classically trained actor. I was in Shakespeare, I was in Hamlet, 5 curtain calls, blah 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 blah, and now he's released. Actually, we just got IGN.com breaking news. Andrew is posting this. Lucasfilm has officially announced Star Wars Starfighter, a brand new film directed by Sean Levy that stars Ryan Gosling, will be released into theaters 28 May 2027. So 2 years from now. Awesome.
That's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Starfighter.
Starfighter. What's that gonna
Not
be
the
about?
last Starfighter.
No, this will be the next Starfighter.
I literally just checked my feed, and I think Celebration is either started or started. I don't know what the time difference is.
They start at 10. Well, I got because
That 10 Tokyo time or 10 hour time?
I guess it is on. Hayden's on.
We're having a show while Star Wars Celebration. What were we thinking? We should all be watching the Celebration live on YouTube right now.
And the details on the Sean Levy film, it's a standalone adventure that takes place a few years after the events of Episode 9.
Okay.
So, yeah. Well, next week we can do a reaction to all the Celebration stuff. Once it's all out.
Yeah,
Oh, that's true.
You get down.
You go away.
God damn it.
Don't spill anything else, Chewie, or your 2 lives will vanish.
But anyway, so you've got Alan Rickman playing this classically trained actor who now is basically been typecast into this role, and he can't get in.
Not saying the line again.
And I don't know if you noticed, but he wore his headpiece like through the entire movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even on the scene, like when he's at home relaxing,
Yeah.
he still had it on.
Yeah, the director. I watched some kind of behind the scenes doohickey thing, but the director said he didn't want to take him out of the makeup because that's all he's got.
Yeah.
He had, his apartment is pathetic compared to Sigourney's apartment. Hers is, a little bit more expensive looking, and Alan's is, really kind of dumpy and pathetic, and all he has is that character. So,
Bless you.
Bless me.
But yeah, it's again, it's I love it. He plays he's the tragic actor who does not like his lot in life. I mean, the guys walk up to Pike Raptor's hammer, you will be avenged, and he's just like taking the pictures from them. He's got this look of disgust on his face as he signs the pictures. But anyway, so they're at the convention. Tim Allen's character is approached by these aliens that they need his help. They've been watching the historical documents, which is the
no help.
Yeah.
We're so excited to have you here. I'm gonna talk like this for the rest of the show.
The ship was only this big. What a deception.
Great stuff.
But he gets called up to go fight this warlord that's killing off all of their people, and they've built everything. And I mean everything down to exactly what the show was. So much to the point, and again, this was one of my favorite parts when they're trying to shut down the sequence to end the ship exploding, and they've got the guys on there. They're counting off. Okay, it's 2 steps, then 1 step, then 3 steps, then 4 steps, and to get them past the man. Why is this here? Because it was in the show. What is the purpose of this? It was in the show, and then they get up and they push the button. Wait a minute, it's still counting down. I don't know. It should have stopped. And then it gets to 1, and it's like, oh, yeah, it always stops at 1. It's always stops. They got to let him finish counting down to 1. So, again, yes. I mean, just they had everything built down exactly right.
The one alien guy when he's talking to Alan Rickman, and he's like, although we've never met, I have lived my life based on your principles.
Yeah.
You were like a father to me. Kind of thing,
And I gotta say, what year did this come out? 99 or something?
I think it was even earlier than that. I want to say 97.
$19.99.
Oh, it was 99. All right.
But like the makeup, like the actual bad guy, alien guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he still looks great.
But you know why? Do you know why? Because I also watched a little. I've got a little making of featurette on my DVD. Yes, I have a DVD of this.
I just got the Blu-ray because I liked it so much.
Oh, I haven't got the Blu-ray. But anyway, on the making of DVD, that was one of the things that they had. Industrial Light and Magic came in and did all the practical effects for the
cool.
Nice.
for the movie. So,
Debbie, yes, I know Sigourney Weaver's on stage with Pedro. I didn't want to say anything.
Do what?
Grogu, Mando, and Grogu they're on stage.
Sigourney Weaver
And Pedro are on
Pascal.
stage. Yeah.
Oh, well, Hayden's still on. What are you guys? Hayden's still on stage. Actually, it's his birthday, and they made him a birthday cake.
Oh,
that's
and
cool.
he's
No,
eating
my
it.
stuff was from like 15, 20 minutes ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
So Andrew's watching. He's
No,
not
I
caught up.
was checking live tweets. My attention is still here. I just was.
So anyway, but he goes up and basically it's he thinks he's doing like a fan film or something. They just take him up initially, and he's like, "Yeah, blast him with the left side and the right side, and we're done. We're good." And they blow him up, and then they shoot him back to space in the little gel thing. All right, stop sending me stuff, Andrew.
the gel stuff didn't hold up too well.
I thought it was funny. It's fun.
It looked weird.
Yeah.
And
But,
see, at this point, it's aged almost so badly that it looks weird on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the rock creature thing.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Greg Rock or something.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Again, hilarious, just hilarious. The way, they look like little children. And then you got Sam Rockwell. Did you guys even watch the show?
He's like, I die 5 minutes into the episode.
I'm gonna die. He was the red shirt guy.
Yeah.
And I loved him too because he started off. He was the one announcing everybody on the stage at the very first appearance. And when they're all sitting down, he goes, "Hey, you guys remember me? You know, I was crewman number 5 on episode 32. Yeah, might sit in and sign a couple of things with you guys." Like, dude.
Yeah.
And
then you've got Tony Shalhoub, who's just kind of like,
nothing affected him. I mean, he wasn't surprised by anything. He loved the jelly ride. That's what you want to call it.
Wow, that was something, wasn't it? And everybody else was just like sick and throwing up.
Everybody's like,
that was a thing, wasn't it? Yeah, that was pretty cool. Oh, hilarious. But and too, I mean, he was just so calm and cool under pressure too. Especially when he said, they said we need to go in there and distract those guys so that we can open up the bay. And Sam Rockwell's guy was like, "I'm gonna run in there and I'm gonna start blasting away." And he's like, "No, you don't need to do that." He goes, "Yeah, I do. I'm the guy that has to die." And he goes, "Maybe you don't have to die. Maybe you're the plucky comic relief. Besides, I'm having a very interesting idea." And then they just digitize that rock monster into the. It just starts smashing everything. It was like, ha ha ha.
Or when they do the beam me up thing, and it's like built to his thing, like his hands or whatever, and they do the alien beast, and it's inside out and it explodes. And Tim Allen's like, "Am I hearing this right?"
No, he's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. He's inside out. He's inside out.
And then when he gets brought back up, and Alan Rickman's like, "So you had time to take off your shirt."
Which again, classic. I mean, Kirk always lost his shirt. If he was in some kind of,
or it got ripped to where you could see his biceps or his pecs or something.
That's why Debbie likes Federation Friday so much. Okay.
She likes looking at half naked Shatner.
Hey, he's good looking back in the day.
He's like Adam West back in the day. Pure
I mean,
West.
for his age, he's still nice looking.
I'm not going to argue. There's only 2 original crewmen left, right? Is it just him and
3.
Who's left?
Chekhov.
Oh, Chekhov's still alive. Okay, I thought it was just him and Sulu.
No.
All right, because Uhura just died not too awful long ago.
Yeah.
But that's what happens. We get old and go away. But anyway, so they spend their whole time. Well, they spend like half the time fighting this. They've got to find the beryllium spear, which we went to go see this movie in the theaters. I saw it in the theaters with my brother and my father. And mainly because we're all big geeks anyways, but we went to go see this movie. The beryllium spear, when they landed on that planet, back in the early 90s, when my dad would want a vacation, we would load up into the motorhome and we would go to southern Utah. My dad loved being in southern Utah because of the deserts and the rock formations and all this other stuff. One of his absolute favorite places to go, you're so full of crap,
It doesn't count. Just
was Goblin Valley in southern Utah. Well, Goblin Valley is exactly where the beryllium spears are. I've got pictures of myself running around in Goblin Valley. And I meant to grab them for the show, but I was like, we've been there. Oh, I know exactly where that. We've been camping up on that little ridge right there. Okay. And we'd been there so many times. Dad loved that place. But anyway, so Goblin Valley was the name of the place. So it was, again, one of my favorites just because it's like, I've been there, done that. In fact, that one and Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, that's Arches National Park down in southern Utah. And in fact, the cave that Indy went up into, I've actually been up in that cave. And I went up there before I even knew Indiana Jones went up there. So it doesn't go back near as far as Indiana Jones would have you think it does. But whatever. Yes, that's right. I've walked where Indiana Jones has walked. Are you jealous, Libby?
I've been to Provo, Utah. And
that's up in the north.
I got to go on the Donnie and Marie set. They weren't recording, but I got to go on the set.
Oh, I thought Debbie was about to say, I'm an extra. You remember this episode 15?
They made a movie.
Donnie and Marie's variety show was very huge at that time.
So, anyway, so Goblin Valley, they get the little cute monsters. I love when they were talking and they had everything translated. What is it? Let's hit it with a rock and then eat it. Just blunt. And the one, oh, look at that one. That one's hurt. And they all got him up to the water and they let him drink. And then and they jumped on him and ate him. I was like, oh.
Yeah. It's like, geez.
And it wasn't beaming. I forgot what they called it, but it was where it cuts you up. It cuts you up into 1,000 pieces and then reassembles you back on the ship.
Oh man, that would have been funny to see. My arms where my head should be.
But then they get back and they got the beryllium spear. But then what's his name is taking over the ship, and of course we have to have the typical letdown scene. You know, we lied to you. This wasn't real. We did this for entertainment purposes. These aren't historical documents. None of this happened. There's no Space Federation or whatever it was, and blah, 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 blah. And of course that damages the trust between the two of them.
Yeah.
And basically it's chapter 2. It's the second act. It's everything kind of goes downhill and you're wondering how everything's going to work out for these guys. But then I love the way that they got away from him too. They were going to throw him out the airlock. And he gets into it with Alan Rickman and he's just like, you don't overact like you did in episode 53. And then and you can see him getting it. Oh, yeah, you stealing hat. And they start fighting each other. Hilarious.
Oh, Alan Rickman, what a treasure.
He was. I was sad to see him go. I still think he was too young.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Taken too
And to
early.
think he got into acting late too. I think Die Hard was his first movie, right?
I think so.
Or at least first like major
that
movie.
threw him into the limelight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, because he did Robin Hood. That was 89, I think, was Robin Hood, or may have been 90.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was after Batman. I think. Pretty sure it was after Batman.
I think so. Yeah.
Anyway, then you've got Tim Allen and Sigourney Weaver going to shut down the thing. You've got Guy and Tony Shalhoub shutting down or trying to open the hatch because he's opened the air hatch and he's letting all of them die. The bad guy is. And they get Justin Long involved, helping them navigate through the starship. And we find out about the Omega 13. What exactly is the Omega 13?
Well, there's theories.
Because the show ended before they could explain what the Omega 13 was. The show was canceled before they let it canceled on a cliffhanger, basically. So make you go back in time 13 seconds. Well, that's not enough time to do anything. It's enough time to correct one mistake, which, hey, when he said that, I'm like, I bet they're going to have to use it before the end of this.
Yeah.
I'll bet that. And then when Tony Shalhoub's character, when they thought they had won, and Tony Shalhoub's character gets in there and starts shooting, I'm like, I'll bet they're about to activate the Omega 13. How did you not see that one coming? Which, of course, they did. And then he starts beating up Tony Shalhoub. And then it was found out that it's the Demon
The kitty.
Beast. Yes, the Demon Beast. But he kept coming back, too. He kept showing up. He showed up as Tony Shalhoub to kill everybody, and they beat him. And then when they crashed into the thing, he woke up again. He was there again. I was like, holy crap. But, of course, that just added flair to the crew's entrance.
Yeah.
Which, I guess, I mean,
I love how quickly the people were not freaked out after a spaceship just crashed through the building, and they're like, "Oh, it's the crew."
They were all
like,
running.
oh.
It crashed. They were all running, and then they all recongregated, and it was great.
They just saw it as part of the show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and being that ship was built to spec of what they were used to, it's not like they crashed on some kind of weird, some kind of weird ship, and they're like, what is this? It was definitely Janae is on.
I loved when the guy was. Sorry, I'll let you read that.
1978. Alan had other acting stuff, but it looks like a lot of British movies or TV things. First thing was 1978. Of
But
course, it was good.
I loved
It was
after they crashed in and the guy was calling out the characters in Sam Rockwell, and they were like, he was like, some guy. It was like the more the merrier.
It's another crewman.
Crewman. Yeah.
Again, an amazing movie. Everything ends happy, of course.
Mhm.
It had to end happy.
Of course, it was like a it was a '90s movie. Everything ends happy, always happy.
Yep. And of course, as a '90s movie, you know, like you had said before, you have that big liar reveal storyline that, you know,
No one saw coming.
You know, it was like the big thing for a very long time.
Bug's Life, that's the other one. A Bug's Life. Same thing. Circus performers brought in.
How can you be circus bugs?
Brought in to take care of the grasshoppers, but still managed to do it using the skills that they had.
Yep.
Pedal to the metal.
I'll never forget. I forget what VHS this was on, but I had a movie as a kid that had a Galaxy Quest ad on it. And I remember as a kid, the main reason I wanted to see the show was the little scene where Tim Allen meets the big bad alien, and he says, "This whole thing was just a misunder," and the alien puts his hand over his mouth, and he goes, "Stop moving."
Again, great, wonderful special effects. And a lot of them practical, too. I mean, obviously, you've got the ship and everything, but I love how they destroyed his ship, too. He's going through the minefield. Get us closer, and it's pulling the mines with him. And you forget, I am a general, and I will not blink. Well, you forget, I am hauling mines. And, of course, it... Typical. I mean, that's like Star Trek all over, right there. That just screams Shatner.
What one line I loved earlier in the movie when they were on the planet and they saw those like little green things, and Alan Rickman says they're miners, and Tech Guy says, "Well, yeah, they're like 3," and he goes, "Miners, not miners."
I liked when he was looking at the thing and he goes, "The beryllium spears are that way," and he goes, "Wait, I mean that way."
That way.
And he goes, "For a minute, I thought you were smart. You were holding it upside down." Oh, if you haven't watched Galaxy Quest, it needs to be a part of your DVD library. Not DVD, Blu-ray library. Go find a copy, buy it, own it. It's, if anything,
That's what I did.
It's a fun popcorn watch. If anything, just a fun popcorn watch. It's funny. It's funny when it needs to be funny, and it's serious when it needs to be serious. And you get to see.
If you love Spaceballs, you'll love this movie. I mean,
well, but Spaceballs was funny all the time. There wasn't anything serious about it.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But that type of humor is what I meant. Yeah.
You get to see Sigourney Weaver in a bra, so
I was about to say that's when the movie started to like. I was like, I'm locked in now. I'm interested. You know.
Started to pay attention to the movie. It's like,
I was like, let me put my phone down real quick. Yeah.
See, Debbie, if we can look at Tim Allen taking his shirt off, we're good with Sigourney Weaver too.
We can't have this double standard. I mean, come on, like.
I enjoyed it.
And Sigourney Weaver's supposed to be in the new. We'll relate this to Star Wars. Sigourney Weaver's supposed to be in the new Mando and Grogu movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she was on stage at Celebration about 10-15 minutes ago.
Oh, how about that?
There you go.
See, it's like it was meant to be.
Yes, the wonderful, wonderful plots.
It's very important to the story. Okay, very important.
Oh, Lordy. And then, of course, it ends with the further adventures of Galaxy Quest. Obviously, they're revisiting the show. with the updated characters, but they've got Guy as the security chief, and Jane Doe, Jane Doe, which was the alien lady. Oh, and it had one of the greatest lines of all time when she started making out with Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah.
And you got Sam Rockwell. And he's like, "Oh, that ain't right." And then all of a sudden, all of her like tentacles and stuff started coming up, wrapping around him. And he's like, "Oh no, oh, that ain't right at all."
Sorry,
I was like, "Oh."
Like, get a room. Yeah.
Now, Andrew, what they were doing was called interspecies relationships.
Bodio doing. That's what they were doing.
Like an avatar when they connect the hair. I see.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. They're just making out. Yeah.
You got to think about that. If they connected their hair and that was the way that they became intimate, they were doing that with their horses too, and their dragons. And things.
I didn't even think about that. Different kind of connection, you know. Yeah. They have protection, I bet. Yeah.
Just Space Alabama.
There you go.
You know what? I will agree. Tony is awesome. Tony Shalhoub. One of the greatest things that I like about him, and it has absolutely nothing to do with him, but when he won 2 Emmys in a row for Monk for 2 years in a row, and both of those times he was up against what's his name from Scrubs. God, I can't think of his name now.
Is it Zach?
Zach
Braff?
Zach Braff, yeah.
Yeah.
He was up against Zach Braff for Scrubs, and Zach Braff was doing Scrubs. Well, Zach Braff lost both times to Tony Shalhoub. And so in episodes past when he lost, there was always a line about, "Yeah, take that, Tony Shalhoub." He'd say something about it within Scrubs. So you can watch Scrubs and you can find Zach Braff just lost because he's saying something bad about Tony Shalhoub. So hilarious. And it looks like
there you go. There's proof.
We got pictures of Sigourney Weaver. Let me wonder if I can share this. Oh,
Debbie's like, "Hey."
I have to put. I can't see. I have to put it to where I can look over my glasses and read it. Because yes, I'm blind as a bat.
You just copied the images directly, but I wanted to credit the source. Not that y'all care, but
no, we do.
Sean Levy and Ryan Gosling are coming out.
Oh, nice.
I just don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Ryan Gosling.
Well, I gotta say, personally, don't go off of like Barbie, but like Blade Runner or like La La Land or Nice Guys or like his really good stuff.
He's also starring in the adaptation of
Project,
which is one of my
He's starring in what?
The film adaptation of Project Hail Mary. That's one of my all-time written by the guy who wrote The Martian.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
The only thing I liked him in was Notebook. That was it.
That was the only thing?
Yeah.
He's not Knuff.
I watched La La Land. I watched Barbie. I don't
What
care
about Blade Runner?
Well, I only watched Blade Runner because Harrison Ford was in it.
Yeah.
And then he didn't show up till about halfway through the movie, which really pissed me off even more.
Yeah, so she's obviously a pilot. It's pretty cool. I'm excited for her. She's going to be great in it. I mean, when is she not?
Well, you've got to think, as much as you can look at some, like you can look at Jamie Lee Curtis, and obviously Jamie Lee Curtis I would put as like the queen of the horror movies because she's been in, she did the Halloween franchise, and how many of those did she do? 1, 2,
Quite a lot.
5, 6 of them at least that I could think
And
of.
she was in
maybe
some of the
7.
newer ones too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. She did.
Oh,
She
yeah,
did a
yeah,
few. She
yeah.
did quite a few of them. But
Mhm.
anyway, so and then you've got Sigourney Weaver, and Sigourney Weaver did the whole run of those Aliens movies, and now
Mhm.
Galaxy Quest too. So again, queen of sci-fi.
But
Yeah. Well, even
also,
with
speaking of that movie,
She was what
Yeah.
now?
she was also in Avatar. Speaking of that movie,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
There you go.
and I mean, like, she's one of those actresses where even if the movie's meh, she's still good in it. Like you watch it for her, you know. Like
Yeah, you
the
do.
fourth Alien, the fourth Alien movie. The movie is awful. And honestly, her character, it's very weird what goes on with her character, but her performance is still good.
I mean, Alien 4 at least had Brad Dourif in it. I mean, he was fun.
That's true. Yeah.
And it had oh God, what was his name?
I have
what is his
Winona
name?
Ryder in it.
Didn't it have did it have the guy that not Hellboy? Was it Ron Perlman?
Yeah, Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
Ron
He
Perlman
was
was
in
in
there.
it. Yeah.
And then you have Alien 3 where she shaved her head.
That one was. You know what?
I like it.
Say what you will about Alien 3. I like that movie.
Yeah.
I thought.
What
it
I
was
like
good.
about the Alien movies is you can get the extended cuts, and they're definitely better than the theatrical because they add to more
It wasn't
stuff
as
there.
good as the first two, but it was still good.
No.
I liked it.
Yeah, and then it like I said, Alien 4 just like dropped off. I don't know what happened, and then you had Alien vs Predator.
Ugh.
No, we're not going to mention those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like those Alien.
I'd have to go put soap in my mouth now because I said a bad movie.
We don't speak that blasphemy here.
So, Debbie, did we have anything else? Can we go watch Celebration Live now?
No, I think that was it.
We do have a fan question real quick.
Oh, cool.
You
What's the
wanna get
fan
into
question?
that? So it comes from our very own Janae.
Yay!
She asks, do you think they should have done a Galaxy Quest show to tie into the movie? So separate from the show that's like in the movie, like an additional show.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because I think Tim was still doing
Tool time.
Home Improvement.
Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Tim
Yeah.
the Tool Man Taylor.
Well, that and he was about
Alan Rickman
to,
started Harry Potter right after this movie. I think so too.
Yeah.
and you had what was it? Tim was about to get real big too with because Toy Story was Toy Story out yet?
First two were already out. Yeah.
Oh, the first two were already out. So
Yeah,
I
the
think
first
so.
one out, I think, in 1992.
oh God, has it been that long?
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, something like that. Early 90s. I know that.
GI feature film.
Yeah.
Wow.
Still my favorite Pixar movie to this day.
All right. So yes. No, I don't think they should have.
Yeah.
I think it was fine the way it was.
Mm-hmm. Boy, the winner of this giveaway is going to be real mystery.
Yeah.
I just
May's
don't
the
know.
only one that's been.
I just don't know who it's going to be.
She's the only one commenting.
Yeah.
So, Debbie, shameless plugs. What do we got tonight?
Sometime
Thursday.
tomorrow, we'll be dropping a reaction to the new Fantastic Four trailer.
Yeah.
Saturday, Geek Gauntlet. Monday, we'll be back with the finale of Daredevil Born Again. Holy moly, guacamole. What a
Can't wait
show.
for next year.
Wednesday, we'll have War of the Stars drop an episode. Did they drop an episode yesterday?
Yeah. It was like merch related.
Yeah, it was something.
Oh, okay. And then we'll be back next week.
Next
Probably
week
talk
we're
about
talking.
Celebration.
We're talking about Celebration. We're also, since we're all, well, I don't know if all of us are going, but next weekend is not this coming weekend, but the next weekend is the Revenge of the Sith. Will be re-released on
The 25th.
yeah, for the 25th anniversary
Mm-hmm.
or the 20th anniversary.
20th, yeah.
I'm sorry. And so we're going to be talking about Revenge of the Sith a little bit, just because I want to. Speaking of which, okay, let me pose, since I've got all four of you here. Let me pose a question to you, because I had a conundrum in my life just recently. So Monday, the tickets went on sale for Revenge of the Sith Monday morning. I had a group of friends all last weekend who were texting back and forth. We want to go see the movie. What's a good time for everybody? What's a good time? What's a good day? Blah, 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 blah. And it was just a whole lot of back and forth. And everybody wanted to go see it together. We want to get a big group of tickets so we can all sit together, blah, 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 blah. I was like, all right, cool. Well, Monday, they're dragging their feet, still trying to decide what time they want to go. I got tired of waiting.
Just go. Yeah.
I said, and I bought 3 tickets. I bought my ticket and for the boys. And I got the primo seats right there in the center of the auditorium. So we don't have to look this way or this way, and we don't have to look like straight up. So I got primo seats. Well, yesterday they start texting back and forth again. We need to start thinking about getting tickets. They're sold out most places, and we can't get them anymore. And blah blah blah. We're not going to be able to sit together. And finally, one of them said, "David, what time's good for you?" And I was like, "David already bought his tickets, so if y'all want to go to my show, that's fine. But y'all gonna be sitting in the front row." So now,
yeah, at that point, you've already bought your stuff. I mean,
all that being said, am I a jerk for not wanting to go with my friends because they can't seem to make up their mind as to where they want to go?
I probably do the same thing, to be honest.
Their emergency is not your problem.
All right.
See, we have this thing in the office where, the start of school, and they know this. I put out posts, hey, spring breaks here, come in to get your kids required vaccines. And then I do it all summer long, but it never fails. 200 people try to call a few days before, school starts, and then they're pissed off they can't get in.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, your emergency is not my problem.
Yeah.
You've had months to prepare for this. So, no, I don't feel sorry for your friends, dumbasses.
Well, and I'm happy now because initially my local theater wasn't shown that they were going to play Revenge of the Sith, but I just checked and they are. So I will be able to go see it. I won't have to drive as far. So that'll be nice.
Cam,
I texted my theater and they said no. So I have to drive 45 minutes.
Oh,
that's worth it for Hayden, right?
Damn straight it is.
No, it's the Revenge of the Sith special edition. Hayden has been digitally replaced with Sebastian Shaw.
Nice.
No.
So Cam, are you going to see it?
I am going to see it, definitely. I saw Revenge of the Sith when it came out in theaters initially, and I'm definitely excited for this. I think it'll be a good experience. It's certainly not my favorite Star Wars movie by any means, but I will see any Star Wars movie in the theaters.
Yeah. Well,
Debbie, don't look at him like that. That's fine. We're all entitled to our opinions.
Seeing as I was born on opening,
we don't hate him for it.
Seeing as I was born on opening day, back when Revenge of the Sith came out, I didn't catch it in the theater when it first came out. So I had the chance. Don't get me wrong, but seeing as I'd only been alive for like 24 hours, it did cross my mind. So. When I was a baby, I had the opportunity to see Revenge of the Sith.
But my parents wouldn't take
live for it. Yeah.
I killed my father for it.
I had to kill my father with a ball-peen hammer. It was brutal.
That taught him.
Andrew's his mom like, is he really gonna kill that guy?
Mom, what's he doing with those children? Oh, sweetie, you remember the sunflowers? Yeah. Those are the children.
Oh, Lordy. Cam, do you have anything shameless plug-wise?
Yeah, so this past Sunday, Andrew and I went on for Focus Weekly to discuss Heat, directed by Michael Mann, starring Robert De Niro and Al Pacino. Fantastic movie. We both ended up really loving it. It was a first-time watch for both of us, and it was one of those ones where I was like, how the hell have I never watched this before?
She's got a big...
got a great ass! This Sunday, what we're doing something a little bit different. We're kind of going back to the topic discussion, like we did with the musicals. This one's going to be what makes a good or bad action movie.
Gotcha.
So that's going to be this Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over on Cam and Focus.
Awesome. Andrew, do you have anything shameless plug-wise?
I mean, most of them have already been said. I guess I could say the Expo one. Again, just in case you didn't already know.
Bringing that up until it happens, sir.
Yeah. At the last weekend of May, David and I will be in Dallas for Fan Expo Dallas. That's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said before, it's my first time attending any kind of convention, so I'm super excited. Looking forward to spending a lot of money, but getting a lot of good things, meeting a lot of celebrities. They're having like the whole Back to the Future cast there, which is awesome. So that's where the majority of my time will be going. We'll see. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
I really want someone to go up to Christopher Lloyd and ask him what it was like starring in Food Fight.
I was going to go with either Clue or Dennis the Menace, but
or Star Wars, Mando and Grogu. Sir, what was it like telling nobody to move, even though nobody had moved? Yeah.
Yes, even Michael J. Fox. Yes, he will be there as well.
Yeah,
it's Michael J. Fox, Leah Thompson,
Tom Wilson,
and Christopher Lloyd.
And then they've added Huey Lewis.
Oh yeah, the guy that played Mayor Goldie Wilson.
Yeah, the cafe worker. If you want a Pepsi, you got to pay for it.
Yeah. Give me a Pepsi free. Give me a tab. I'm not going to give you a tab until you buy something, pal.
Oh man.
Yeah, it will be awesome. And I will be giving away crap. I've got stuff I'm giving away. It's not crap. I've got good stuff. I'm giving away good stuff. But I'm giving stuff away.
Crap, like he made it himself.
Yes. I'm like when this show is over, I'm going into the bathroom to make some more.
I feel like Joe Dirt thinking it's a meteor. Tell people it's a meteor.
I bet it is Meteor.
No, I've got good stuff. I got a bunch of stuff I'm giving away, so it's gonna be great. Just come up and find me if you're in town, and if you're in Dallas and you're at Fan Expo, come up and find me. I give you something for free. Mm-hmm. So anyway, well, that is going to be it for us tonight. Join us next week right here on the Cantina Happy Hour. And we will see y'all all have a great weekend. Have a wonderful Easter weekend. It is Easter weekend. Go hunt those eggs and eat chocolate and deal with bunnies and eggs and whatnot. But other than that, you guys all have a great weekend. We will see all of you next week right here on the Cantina Happy Hour. May the force be with you all.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Pocket sand. Yeah.